Thank you so much for stopping by. I am Tia, and today I am doing a special request video. I was recently requested to do a little bit of a deep dive into my most recently published book, which is Create Your Vision. And sometime in April, there will be another book coming out, so just be kind of listening out for that. That should be coming fairly soon. But until then, we're talking about this. This book is one that I'm going to go back to again and again and again because it has my personal formula for changing my life through the power of writing. So because I was requested to do this, I'm happy to share it. I have had a few people who've shown a little bit of interest, but they don't really know what to expect. And I think creating a video as recommended to me is a fantastic idea. But on top of that, I also believe that people would like to see how it works in action. And if they want to replicate it on their own, that's fine. But if they get a hold of this, I believe there is power in the purchase process because it's you taking money, which is currency or energy, and investing it in your future self. So try to do it on your own if you like, or buy the book. It's your choice, but I do believe that purchasing the book goes a lot farther in getting you where you want to go in your life. So first things first, when you open it up, you see the title page, Create Your Vision, a guided journal for lifestyle redesign. So this book assumes, and probably correctly, I would think it correctly assumes that the reason why you've purchased it is because your life is going in a particular direction and there's something that you want to change. So the next page is just a lovely letter from me, from my heart to you, just saying, you know, I love you, I want you to do your best, and you can do this, and telling you that this is a tool in your arsenal to help you create your dream life. So the first thing you do when you pick this book up is you pick your pleasure. And pick your pleasure is picking the areas of your life that you would like to be more pleasurable, more enjoyable, and more satisfying. When you know those areas, then you are absolutely golden. You pick 3 areas. I don't like people to get overwhelmed. You know, if you have a lot going on in your life, then start maybe with just 1 thing or 2 things. 3 things is more so the max than the minimum. You don't want to try to change everything at once because it can be quite overwhelming. You can get burnt out, and you just, a little bit of change in one area can sometimes give you just the relief you need to go through those other areas quickly, but don't put it all on yourself at once, okay? So you pick at least 1 area, but up to 3 areas you want to improve. And then I give you some examples of areas of your life you may want to change. Career, health, finance, romance, family, friendships and social life, intellect, spirituality. Whatever it is, go ahead, pick a couple of areas you want to change, and then you take the space in the book and you start to write why. Let me rephrase that. You start to write what you don't like and why you don't like it. So you're going to gripe about this, and that's why it's called a gripe page. You're going to gripe about this area or these areas of your life that you want to address in the course of this book. You write down all the things. This is a space for you to completely release whatever stress and tension you've been holding on to related to a particular topic or a particular area of life. And then the next thing, after you've griped about it and you've kind of just let it all spill out onto the page, it's time to reframe. So the key to reframing is to announce to yourself that whatever it is you don't like stops today. And I'm going to give you an example of this so that you get an idea of how this works. So we'll, go through the steps a little bit, and then we'll go back to an example. So time to reframe. It's your chance to declare what you are ending in your life and what you are creating in its place. So what happens is after you've reframed it, put a definite end mark to that particular circumstance, put a period at the end of that sentence, so to speak. I will no longer accept this, or I previously accepted this or allowed this, but no more. Then your next step is to choose something new. Nature abhors a vacuum is how the phrase goes, if I'm not mistaken. And it does not like an unoccupied space that is without direction. So it's very important at this phase of the process to choose what will take the place of that which you've put it into. If you put it into something unpleasant, what are you beginning instead? And what you do is you use the most powerful two words in the English language, or any language really. I am. You translate it into your own language if you don't speak English. But those are the two most powerful words one can speak. I am, because it puts power back with you, and it reinforces your right to choose a better option, an option more aligned to you, an option that suits you and your future self best. So after you've chosen something new, then you get to script it out. And I will, like I said, give you an example of what that means in a moment. But scripting is as simple as tapping into your feel good and writing a particular thing as if it's happening right now. Writing what you prefer as if it's right now occurring. So let's start at the beginning and give you an example of how you do this. So pick your pleasure. Identify 3 areas to improve. Let's pick the top area simply because it's something that I'm satisfied with right now. Therefore, I don't have any stress or resistance around it. Career. Let's start with career. So let's say I was displeased with something about my career. I'd use my gripe page to write down all the things I dislike about my career. Actually, you know what? I don't want to give any negativity traction when it comes to my career. So let's start with health, okay? Because that's something I can definitely relate to, which is how I know this is going to work. I'm going to use these exercises to rewrite my health story, which I can't wait to share with you in a future video, probably a couple months from now. But let's start with health. So I've picked the area I want to improve. I want to improve my health. My health is not where I want it to be. So for my gripe pages, I could write down, I have fibromyalgia. It can sometimes leave me very tired, very achy, and I'm very frustrated with the experience so far. I don't like fibro fog. I don't like having to constantly go to doctors and take medications and supplements. You get the idea. Write down all those gripes about health in this case, and then move to the next phase, which is that time to reframe. So how would I reframe this circumstance? I previously chose or I previously allowed. Those could work. I would say, to reframe my health story, I previously allowed my fibromyalgia diagnosis to make me feel limited and unable to enjoy a full and satisfying life. That ends today. See how I've reframed it? I'm not giving fibromyalgia the momentum that it had before. I'm stopping it. I previously allowed this to interfere with my life significantly and to prevent me from living my best life, and I will not allow that any further. And then, after I've reframed it, I get to choose something new. So I would use the words I am, and I would say I am enjoying a body full of health and vitality. I am enjoying a life that is limited to nothing. And that's not what I want to say, because you want to put it in the affirmative. Or I am enjoying an unlimited lifestyle. That's better. You would want to say I am feeling fantastic. I am wealthy and healthy, and you can just go, you can say I have abundant health, or I am abundant in good health and good fortune, whatever. Remix time is time to declare what you're preferring instead. And then script it out where you're going to be writing down what you prefer in an idealized situation, as well as what I did for this book was I put down 15 different prompts that you can use to help you script. And so one of the prompts is an ideal morning slash evening slash afternoon. I didn't put it in the right order. An ideal morning, afternoon, evening. So you describe it. You describe how you feel when you wake up, what you do to start your day, what you enjoy most about your mornings or afternoons if you're waking up in the afternoon. So I would go to this section in the back, which has these lined pages. And if I decided to write about my ideal morning, I would say, I wake up to the sun streaming through my window and warming my face. Because that's one of the things you want to do. You want to include your senses. What do you hear? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste during these events that you are scripting about? So I could say, I feel the morning sun streaming through my window and warming my face. It's going to be a beautiful day. I could just feel it. I get out of bed and my body is flexible, and I don't want to say pain-free because that puts pain in there. So I could say my body is limber and toned. I bounce out of bed. My body feels fantastic. Every muscle is pliable and ready to go to support me during the day. You get what I'm saying? That's just telling you how I feel. I could say part of my self-care includes lighting a candle. The smell of bergamot in the mornings really wakes up my brain and gets my blood flowing. You could say what you eat for breakfast. And in the case of my particular situation with health, I could say that I'm eating this nourishing breakfast full of fresh fruits and vegetables, and I drink lots of water or whatever. My food smells amazing as I sit in front of my plate. You get the idea? You do that and you use those scripts and you write. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick maybe one script a day to write and give yourself a time limit on it. Sometimes something like your ideal morning, if you set your timer for 15 to 20 minutes, you probably, if you're doing this really detailed, you probably won't be able to finish your script in that time just for the morning. So just know it won't take you long to fill up these pages. The idea, though, is that by the time you do fill up these pages, you will be so close to what you want, or you'll already be living it. So that is how this journal works. And of course, like I said, there are 15 prompts. Nothing quite like it on the market that I've seen. And it's so clear and direct. If you have questions, you can always feel free to message me either through my website, or you can send me a message through here on YouTube. I always check, and I also have my email link somewhere, either in the info box or description box, or on my About page for YouTube. So again, that's just a quick overview of the book with a little example of how it would apply if you were applying it to health. Of course, I did this I didn't want to do any kind of funny edits or anything. So this is really basically like one long take, but I hope you can use it, and I will talk to you all again soon. If you got any questions, let me know, okay? Take care.